So you've opened your LLC, you've got a great script, you've got directors, you're the producer, you have some funding, and you have a budget and a schedule, and most importantly, you have your start date. You want to cast SAG-AFTRA actors in your film. Way to go, here's how to do it. Both the film union and TV union have joined together to become one union. They are now called SAG-AFTRA, but for all intents and purposes of this video, I'm just going to say SAG. Congratulations for even thinking about dealing with SAG. It's super intimidating. There are some definite perks to dealing with the headache that is the union, SAG-AFTRA. I have made both non-union and union films, and I loved the acting in the non-union film that I produced. It did become a factor, however, in the distribution process. So that's a definite reason why you might want to go ahead and cast some SAG-AFTRA actors in your film. So the first thing you want to do is fill out a SAG preliminary information sheet and send it to SAG at the email address signyourfilm@sag.org. So once you submit that preliminary information sheet, you're going to get hit back an email. It's going to be a zip file. There's going to be two folders in there. One that says signatory documents and production documents. So the only thing you want to concern yourself with at first is the signatory documents, because this is the process that you're in right now, is becoming a SAG signatory production. And there's also a PDF in there in that zip file, and it's read me first or something like that. Read first PDF. That PDF really is very detailed in what you need to submit and when. You're gonna be so busy with pre-production on the actual film, you do not want to run out of time with this SAG signatory process. It's a lot of paperwork. So go ahead and give yourself 4 to 6 weeks. Even though online it says 3 weeks, you need 4 to 6. Trust me. In the meantime, while you are filling out the signatory paperwork, do you know what else you have to do? You have to sign up with a payroll company. Just get the payroll company, okay? Here are 2 payroll companies that SAG recommends that you use, because these payroll companies deal with SAG all the time. So you're not going to be reinventing the wheel. They know the wheel. They do the wheel all the time. Hire the payroll company. It's not that much. They charge like 75 cents a check, and they deal with all the numbers and the math. And they cut the checks, they mail the checks, and they charge like a couple $100 their fee basically, but it really is worth it. Both payroll and SAG require a deposit. I know, it's really upsetting. The payroll company will do the math. They'll give you a lump sum of what you have to wire to them immediately. And then throughout production, the payroll for the actors is taken from that account that you created with the payroll company. And you will get back any penny that has not been spent in that account. If you're paying payroll, the amount plus a cushion amount, why do you have to pay SAG a deposit? I don't know. They're just covering their butts. I don't know. They just ask for a deposit. I can't explain why. Even if you make honest mistakes, as long as you are communicative, SAG will forgive you and it won't come out of your deposit. So that's the number one rule, is to make sure you're like, hi, this is my first time. Please make sure I'm doing this right. Am I doing this right? Was that right? Okay, good. Thanks. Oh my gosh, I'm 2 days late with that. Okay, great. Like, do a lot of that, a lot of communication. So once you have the payroll in place, and once all of your SAG signatory documents are submitted to SAG, and you have a production number with SAG and you're all signed up, then you have to make sure to cast your movie. The casting director pitches the project to the agent. The casting director sends the script. The casting director determines the conflicts and availability of the actor with the agent. And then once everything is kind of like going well, the actors read the script and they're really interested in the role because it's a great script, then the casting director creates the deal memo and sends it to the agent. And once the agent is like, yep, then that deal memo gets sent to the producer. So this is what a blank deal memo looks like. It says like the date of the deal, the name of the actor. It also has room for the address, telephone, social security, and loan out company. If the actor has an LLC that they wish to be paid through, then that will be listed here on the deal memo. And it'll also mention how the actor should be credited. And this is a little bit of a bargaining chip as well. If it's a big role, or even if it's not a big role, but it's a big actor and it's gonna do your movie a hell of a lot of good to have that actor in it, then you give that actor like front single card credit. Otherwise, it could be end single card credit, end shared credit, or alphabetical end crawl. Once your casting director or you sign those actors onto your production, you should go ahead and contact them and welcome them to the production, even if you don't have the date of their shooting or the times. You just want to welcome them, tell them you're the producer, and say you're so excited to have them. And that makes sure that they know that you exist and that you care and that the production is real and that they can contact you should they need anything while you're still figuring things out. But you'll be in touch as often as possible or as soon as possible with more information. The last thing you want to do is add their information to your production Bible, which I recommend having a giant Google spreadsheet with different tabs at the bottom. And one of the tabs will be your cast information. And you should, as things come in, record all that deal memo stuff into your production Bible. Actors love being in small, passionate things, even if they're not getting paid a lot, if it's a great role and if they're not needed on set a lot. Like if you have a role that's for one day, like the dad of your main character, or cast those roles for SAG, that will help your film. It will help the face of your film. People will feel like they want to see your film because they recognize an actor. It's just the truth. And it also ups your game as a producer to work with actors, to work with agents. I mean, that's like big time. So go for it. Don't be intimidated by the SAG process. It's a lot, but give yourself a lot of time and be earnest and honest and forthright with your SAG representative, and all will be well. Stay tuned for episode 2 of How to Deal in Production with SAG-AFTRA, both the union and the actors, as well as payroll. All three combined. Big headache, but so necessary.